Welcome to the Commodity Speed webinar for Thursday, the 23rd of April 2015. Baltic Dry Index, new line. This has continued its current rally. And still looks set for 671 target, full stop, new line. This makes me feel a little bit happier about taking a position in the DRYS.ETF, new line. DRYS, DRYS, DRYS. And we'll look at the DRYS.ETF later. Uranium, new line. Simply marking time, still 38.24 is a possibility. If it does claw its way above 39.5, then life gets better towards 39.67 and maybe towards that 40 area that we've been watching previously, full stop, new line. Chinese iron ore, new line. Yay! Chinese iron ore got above 50. Yay! Full stop, new line. So this is good, looking for 59.52 on the top side. And hopefully it will climb a wall of worry rather than excitement, full stop, new line. If it climbs a wall of worry, then it's more likely to have bottomed longer term, full stop, new line. Energies complex, new line. Crude oil, new line. Crude oil is backing off on decreasing volume, and probably the 58 area is the important point. 56.63 is also important as a target, full stop, new line. Now the volume has been okay on the top side, but if it gets below 55, it's in trouble back down again, full stop, new line. For that reason, I think what we'll do is we'll take profit on 1/3 of our position. On stop at 59.9. Sorry, 57.9. And we will raise our stop loss up to 54.9 on the remaining position of 2/3. Heating oil, new line. This again isn't doing much. It has been just meeting the requirements of a double top, so only really if it breaks through 198 do you think that it's going up. Full stop, new line, leave it alone, full stop, new line. Natural gas, new line. Natural gas triangulating, maybe it gets down to 2.53. I would have hoped that it would go further. Full stop, new line. I'm still not super bullish this, but it's beginning to look like if it does rally, you would target 2.862 or 2.8 and then see if it rejects again. Full stop, new line. Leave it alone. Full stop, new line. RBOB gasoline, new line. One of the ones that looks more positive, looking for 2.616 on the top side. Let's do some buying now and go long with right now at 1.9230 with a stop at 1.8762. And we'll do that for 1/2 of the position, and we'll buy another half on a break above 1.9516. US 30-year bonds, new line. These have finally broken down. Full stop, new line. I'm pleased about this. Obviously, there seems to be 158 or 159 and a half as an opportunity for it to get down to. Full stop, new line. This is a relief, I must say, to see that happening. I must express disbelief despite my relief. Full stop, new line. And we can simply do what we need to do, which is to lower our stop loss to 165 and 6/30 seconds. Australian 10-year bonds, new line. I recently recommended buying deep out of the money, cheap bond futures options of the put variety, i.e. those are the ones that allow you the right to sell but not the obligation to sell. Full stop, new line. Now, with the benefit of hindsight, it would have been better to have been short, but really we're looking for 97.2 on the downside in the most dramatic sense and 97.4 as the closest target. Full stop, new line. If you did sell the bonds themselves, then have your stop loss at 97.64. Full stop, new line. US dollar index, DX, new line. We are long, and we are currently hoping that it will go higher. At the moment, it does look like it's coming near the end game of this particular triangle, and hopefully a little bit more up towards 102.10. And we won't change any orders. Full stop, new line. US 10-year notes, new line. These have broken not as strongly as the 30-year bonds, but they've not performed as well as the other ones. Full stop, new line. In other words, they're stuck in the middle, but would start to break down below 128 for a more dramatic decline. Full stop, new line. I'd like to see the 30 years and the 10 years working together. Full stop, new line. Grains, new line. Corn, new line. Nothing to do or say in grains, or at least corn. Looking for 3.66 on the downside. Full stop, new line. Oats, new line. Now the order box says it's looking to buy a break above 2.70. And we will leave those orders as is, full stop, new line. We have a Woolhorns warnings on a longer time frame on the oats. And if they do break back up, despite maybe a strengthening US dollar, then that would be a sign of strength, full stop, new line. Rough rice, new line. Rough rice is definitely showing some signs of a double bottom. Last time we tried this on another commodity, it didn't work out, but let's go in for this, in for a penny, in for a pound. We'll stop your line. So we'll buy a break about 10.47 with a stop loss below 10, seeking out 12.25. Soybean oil, new line. It's got some preconditions for a short, but we're not going to be taking that, full stop, new line. So you might consider buying a break above 32.25 with a stop loss below 31.75. Full stop, new line. Soybeans, new line. Currently, it could look down towards 9.53. Or you can buy it on a break above 9.79 with a stop loss below 9. 9.67, hoping for $9.86 or higher, full stop new line. SM, soy meal, still looking for that lower level down towards 2.84 on the long time period, full stop new line. Shorter term, it's hesitating at the prior double bottom, and so not much we can say about that, full stop new line. Wheat, new line. Not much you can say about wheat. Metals, new line. Gold, new line. Copper, new line. Falling down, you'd think about 2.58, full stop new line. If you wanted to trade it, should slap your head around, but if you wanted to trade it short, you would have a stop loss above 2.76, full stop new line. Gold, new line. A break below 1180 yields not lower prices, and so that's not unsurprised. We can see that this is sort of like a B wave, and at least your stop loss is a close above 1204, full stop new line. Nickel, new line. Still heading down towards 760 or up to 834. Take your pick. I think it's probably heading down. We've got a triple top. Maybe we'll get a triple bottom. Full stop new line. Silver, new line. In silver, what we see is still a decline. Probably looking for 14.16 on the downside. If you are short, and we are, stop loss can be at 16.38 now. We'll stop your line. Actually, 16.35 doesn't matter. Okay, now that's the metals out of the picture. The movement now is to look for softs, new line. Softs, new line. Cocoa, new line. This is just confusing. It is holding on to old tops, so maybe if you think about buying it with a stop at 27.50, you might get a rally up to 29.64, but that's not giving me any clarity of trade, so we won't take that. Full stop your line. Coffee, new line. As I said, the last couple of days, it may get up towards 150.20. If you feel like going long, you may do so, but with a stop loss below 135.9 or 137.8. Full stop your line. It has been rallying, but it has been rallying on declining or not so interesting volume at least. And we might look to short it up there at 150. Full stop your line. Cotton, new line. In terms of cotton, we are currently long from a not so good level. We're sort of slightly out of the money. And we're going to go long again on a break above 63.75. Or at least add to the position at 63.75. Lumber, new line. This can undergo a rally to 2.6. Full stop. We have been looking to buy lumber. And of course, when we put in a wide stop, they managed to get it, and it got us knocked out the other day. And it's a back on your bike trade, full stop, new line. So we're going to buy dips to 2.48 or a break above 2.53 in a revenge trade, looking for 2.6 or higher. That's the November contract. Welcome to the World Indices Speed Webinar for Thursday, the 23rd of April 2015. A while ago, Sam asked me, why is there sell in May and go away? Full stop, new line. And I came up with the real reason last night in my dreams. That's tragic, isn't it, really? Question mark. My belief is that now is it simply because it's reporting season. And that's when reporting season is where all the good news come out. Full stop, new line. I believe we are still in reporting season. And it probably has another few days to go. Full stop, new line. Once that's out of the way, then the market can roll over. Full stop, new line. Or at the very least, get back into the normal swing of things. Full stop, new line. Dow Jones Transportation Average, new line. It blew through our important level and has reached another short-term target, but volume is increasing as it's going up, so expect the 9,011 target that I gave you previously. Full stop, new line. Dow Jones Industrial Average, new line. We can see that the Dow itself has washed out and then closed basically where it opened the previous day, and it lacks any real direction, and the swing is still down with the stop at 18,109. Full stop, new line. We are short the Dow and our stop loss will remain the same. Full stop, new line. S&P 500 cash index, new line. We see the S&P 500 cash index blew a new low just to get everyone excited and closed at the top end of the range just to get everyone expectant of higher prices. Full stop, new line. If you are long, stop can be at 2080. Full stop, new line. If you are considering going long, then like everyone else, you might buy a break above 2,110. But for me, it's a flatlining ADX. It could be the start of something big, but it's better to get in when it starts being something big rather than it really is just a rabbit. Full stop, new line. At the moment, I would say this is some sort of fifth wave. This pattern here is a little fourth wave or a bigger fourth wave. Pops up into here and then fails. Full stop, new line. E-mini S&P, new line. I don't think we've got anything on the E-mini S&P, but if it breaks 2080, then it's going to start to roll over. Currently, it's a low base ADX. Volume hasn't been anything really exciting, and it's now just flapping around, really. Full stop, new line. It's flapping around at higher levels. Full stop, new line. Below 2062 starts to indicate harder down to 2026. Full stop, new line. There's no indication that is happening there yet. Full stop, new line. Maybe we have to wait to Friday to see what the key is on Friday. If they close Friday down, maybe we buy it Monday looking for higher levels. If they close Friday up, maybe we sell it looking for lower levels. Full stop, new line. Or maybe they've worked out that we've worked out what they're doing on Friday and Monday, Question mark, new line. NASDAQ, new line. The NASDAQ got through that 44.49 area, but didn't get through the old top, which is at 44.72, full stop, new line. That makes life a little bit more interesting. The NASDAQ has a bit more volume and life to it than the other ones, full stop, new line. But there would be some warning shots fired below 43.78, full stop, new line. Again, a lack of trend does not inspire me, full stop, new line. Volatility index, the VIX, new line. That blew a new high and then closed lower. Still 12.24 on the downside as a possibility, full stop, new line. VXX.ETF, new line. This still has rapid decay. And we will still wait with our orders lower down at 18.39, full stop, new line. GDX.ETF, new line. This was kicked last night on strong volume. It's failed. It's failed on the dailies and it will fail on the weeklies below 19.19, full stop, new line. TPT.ASX, ETF. Like the 30-year bonds, this is breaking out after a retest, so we could expect somewhere up towards 46.29 or towards $50, full stop, new line. With a dream target at 55.20. Currently, we've been looking at orders to go long. Our stop would be at $40.87. Volume is encouraging, and on the dailies, we could expect $44.88, full stop, new line. DRYS.ETF. And I congratulate on the Dragon on actually getting that right for the first time in probably about 3 years. We are still waiting for that break up. It didn't happen overnight. I'm not sure why that didn't happen, but we will still leave our orders as is. Full stop, new line. German DAX, new line. Here's what I suspect has happened. The German DAX doesn't look as bright or cheery, and so the money moves back into the US, which looks a little bit more bright and cheery or better value. Full stop, new line. So we still have that sort of mixed approach to the markets and equities. They're not firing on all fours in one direction. This may rally back up towards 12,117, full stop, new line. But currently the swing is down. And if you wanted to be short, that would be probably a risky enterprise in the world of quantitative easing in the European area, full stop, new line. You're better off looking for buys down towards 11,180, full stop, new line. Traders time frame. Oh. Euro Stocks 50, new line. This is doing a little bit better than the DAX. Comma, but a break down below 3,700 would see down towards 35.16. What we can see here is 1, 2, 3, 4. And will 5 take it down towards 3,600? Question mark. UK FTSE, new line. This is folding around itself, and while we are long, I think we'll leave our orders as is. I think we're long still a part of the position. Let's leave the orders as is. Full stop, new line. We're in a very confused trading environment now. Full stop, new line. Italian MIB, new line. Again, this pattern is tenuous, and any slip below 2,300 would put the spotlight down towards 2250 or 21,755. Full stop, new line. Asian stock indices, new line. Shanghai A shares index, new line. So much for deciding that it wants to stamp out speculation and limit margin lending, full stop, new line. This is now looking at the barrel of within 33 points of the big target that I set for it at 46.41. Full stop, new line. It's taken so little time to go so far that it is miraculous. Full stop, new line. This would imply to me that this is probably not a correction and it will go higher. Full stop, new line. However, if you have been running AGF.ASX, or any of the other Chinese market exposed things, it would be a good idea to take a little bit of profit in the next day or so. Full stop, new line. Hong Kong Hang Seng, new line. The Hang Seng didn't join its kindred spirit. It does have an even stacking signal that's getting close. It has gone long, so it probably will pop today rather than what it should have done yesterday. Full stop, new line. If you do buy it, your stop can be at 26,958. Full stop, new line. Your dream target is 31,314. Full stop, new line. Japanese Nikkei, new line. You'll all be pleased to know that I've worked out how to get the Nikkei working. Full stop, new line. The target is 20,552. The stop loss is at 19,823. Full stop, new line. It did manage to close through 20,000, which was one of my original target areas. And we also have some higher targets, as I was explaining to Dan the other day. Full stop, new line. The US dollar yen has gotten stronger, and therefore the Nikkei has set itself free above 20,000, so it's okay to buy. Full stop, new line. I wouldn't consider shorting it until they stop pumping the money out. Full stop, new line. Australian share price index futures, new line. Yesterday, the SPY did hit something significant. So if you were short, the best idea is to take some profit and tighten your stop losses. Full stop, new line. I would suspect that the materials index stocks will give it some joy, and the banks may give it some negativity. Full stop, new line. If you are short, stop can be at 59.05 on a longer term basis. Full stop, new line. BHP.US, new line. With the rallying iron ore, BHP has rallied also, full stop, new line. Volume is still lacking, so it's still under suspicion later, but maybe up towards $50 is a target now that it's getting a little bit of a run on, full stop, new line. Rio.US, new line. We can see a target at $44.31, and Rio being a little bit more iron ore pure, doesn't have the crude oil component or the energy component BHP has at the moment. Its target, it's more likely to have a little bit more of a run. The volume is slightly better. Full stop, new line. If you are going long, stop is below $42. Full stop, new line. BHP.ASX, new line. Obviously, this has the possibility of going towards that $32.20 area as a reasonable chance, and towards $34.70 as an outside chance. Full stop, new line. Also $30.90 is a chance as well. This will be slightly lessened by the impact of a rallying Australian dollar. So the first best guess is $30.90. The second best guess is $32.20. Full stop, new line. Thanks for that, Mark. Yes. It is a smartish number and on ratio, which is important. We didn't look at some of the banks yesterday. Let's have a quick squiz at some of the banks, what they're doing. ANZ.ASX, new line. ANZ.ASX, new line. With long-term interest rates in the US going up a bit, that makes the banks harder for them to rally. Full stop, new line. If they do rally today, then maybe ANZ could get to $36.24. Full stop, new line. I still think the focus would be on $34.66. Full stop, new line. CBA.ASX, new line. The focus still remains on $87.86, full stop, new line. Overhead resistance is to $93 or $92.68, full stop, new line. NAB.ASX, new line. I must say that now this has had some volume and some large ranges to the downside. It is no longer our friend at all. Full stop, new line. Rallies back up towards $39 or $8.60 should be sold into, looking for $36.51. WBC.ASX, new line. This has lost our friendship as well. Rallies should be sold up to $39 or to $38.80, targeting $36.73 for a stop new line. XHJ.ASX, healthcare index, new line. This may lose the friendship of the big fund managers below 19,000 and end up thumping down to 17,969, particularly if the Australian dollar continues to hold well for stop new line. XEJ.ASX. Hopefully it will hold these tops at 11,400 or 11,200. Anything below 11,200 starts to be a problem. We'll stop new line. I think we'll leave it at that. Have a good day, guys and ladies, and enjoy yourself, and we'll talk soon. I'm sure there's, well, maybe there's some Aussie stocks in here. I've got a couple of questions in the box. No, that's JR's post. What I'm doing is I'm posting it under comments there, John. You posted as a comment, I approve it, and wherever it comes up, it comes up. We possibly need to get Michelle to create that. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a good one.